Hey, what's going on, America? How we doing? Chris Rod, Sun City Lawn Care. We are back in the lawn. We are coming up on the last week of February, and we are going knee deep into springtime here in El Paso. God, don't even quote me on the temperatures. We've been mid 70s to low. I don't think we hit the 80s yet. Mid to high 70s. Okay, the lows are in the low 40s. We had a small freeze a couple days ago, but nothing too crazy. But what we're talking about today is when can I start mowing my lawn? That is a question that we are getting right now. And as you guys can see behind me, that's part of my Bermuda lawn that looks a lot greener than what you see behind me. Okay, I grow a hybrid Bermuda here in West Texas, which is a predominant grass type for a lot of the South and a lot of Texas for that matter. But the question of the day is, when can we start mowing? You can start mowing when you start to see a nice green haze inside your guys' lawn. That's typically what we're looking for when we want to start mowing. Now, my property faces south, okay? And so I've got the eastern sun that comes up over yonder, and west side is that way. What happens is the sun radiates off the house here, off the brick, and it keeps this soil pretty much about 10 degrees warmer than the rest of the lawn, which gets full sun all day long. But why is it not as green as what you see over there? Well, you can see right here along the patio and the pool deck there, it's got a good green haze, and that's just because it's radiating off that cement and the pool deck, right? So once you start to see a lot of this green haze, and as I'm here, it's a lot greener than what you may be able to see today on this camera right here. And so that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to get to it. Equipment needed to do a lawn scalping, which is the secondary topic of today, next to when can you start mowing, is when you start to see the green haze, right? And then we typically start mowing our clients' properties about the 3rd to 4th week of March, okay? We're looking for a lot of green up within the lawns before we even get out there. Plus, we don't need to be mowing 40 weeks out of the year, okay? Nobody does that. Here in El Paso, we quote a lot of our clients for 34 weeks out of the year. That's pretty standard, about the third to 4th week of March, all the way until the 1st to 2nd week of November. You should initiate some sort of mowing program. And depending on your height of cut preference will dictate whether you want to get out there and conduct. Whew, maybe I'm on camera. That's why. Depending on your height of cut preference is going to determine when you want to do a lawn scalping. So if you're going to start mowing relatively soon and you want to drop your cut of height, kind of reset it, or if you're using a real mower, typically you're going to get out there pretty soon and start cutting that grass, okay? Now, again, if you guys are going to go ahead and get out there and scalp your lawn, or do what some like to refer to as a pre-scalping, or just drop it all the way down, you're going to need you're going to need a lawnmower of your choosing, or what you got that can go as low as possible. Don't go buy another one if you are trying to get it lower and lower and you've already got a mower and its lowest setting is 1 inch. That's going to be your lawn scalp, guys. If you can get one that happens to go lower, then by all means use it. If you want to transition to a new mower that gets lower, by all means do one. But typically the only equipment that we need today, as you guys can see, I've got 2 different mowers back here. Again, you don't need 2. I just happen to have, I've got 4, but I happen to have one, my lawn boy, that's my OG, right? That one does get a little bit lower than the Honda that I have, so I use both. And I drop down the height of cut incrementally as I'm doing this, okay? And then lastly, you're gonna need some trash bags, because you're gonna be bagging all these grass clippings and you're gonna be tossing them away. You're gonna be throwing them away. Now, we do food forest gardening here at the property, so I've got pre-emergent down. So these clippings, whatever these mowers kick up, I'm not gonna be keeping that and funneling it into my compost bins today. We're gonna go ahead and bag all this debris and we're gonna get it to the landfills. But that's pretty much it. We're just gonna be doing a lawn scalping. To answer you guys' questions, you can start mowing. You'd want to, ideally, when you start to see a green haze inside the lawn. All right, so that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Nice, simple, quick. When can you start mowing? As soon as you start to see that nice green haze, okay? You may not see a green haze until you scalp it down. So when is the right time? You're just looking for some, you know, warmer pattern, nice warm patterns, weather patterns. It's springtime, you feel it, or if you're getting the itch to get out there and mow, go ahead and get it done. And then when you're doing this process, as you noticed, I went north-south, I went east-west, and I even did some diamond cuts, some diagonal patterns back and forth. What I'm trying to do is get rid of as much of that top growth as I can and get as low to the soil line as I possibly can. And here's some really good examples. Right down in here, you see some of this dirt. You can see the soil. What we call that is getting down to the white meat, or if you're in the lawn care business, getting down to the brown meat. Once we start seeing that soil line, again, we know we've made it as low as either the mower can go or down as low as we possibly can. So over time, this lawn is going to start to green up as we get into the consistent 70-degree soil range, I should say. Right now we're about 50, 55, depending on where you're taking temperatures. It may be a little bit warmer. Now this is going to be different for everybody across the U.S. Primarily if you're in the south or transition zone or up north is what I'm talking about as far as being different. But that's pretty much it. You can just get it done, get your first scalping in, and then we've got other questions to answers. When do we start watering routinely? When can we put down fertilizer? You guys are gonna have to stay tuned and follow in for our upcoming videos to tell you exactly when to start fertilizing, what kind of fertilizer to use, how much to use, the whole 9 yards. You guys take it easy. Chris Rudd signing off.